It helps remember that I had, and I remember that I had. Remember that I had, and I could cancel them in the app.
Bye.
Those subscriptions I don't need anymore.
It helps you lower your bills.
I have already saved so much money with Truebill, and it helps you cut those subscriptions you didn't even know you had. It's so easy,
and I
finally feel like I understand my finances. Stop guessing how many subscriptions you have. Use Truebill and find out your Truebill. Everything is a subscription now. $14 for Netflix, $12 for Hulu. That really adds up. I downloaded Truebill because my friend told me about it. I got a list of all these subscriptions I didn't even remember that I had. Everything is a subscription now. $14 for Netflix, $12 for Hulu. That really adds. Everything is a subscription now. $14 for Netflix, $12 for Hulu. That really adds up. I downloaded Truebill because my friend told me about it.
Come on, man. I'm just playing. No. Come on, man. I'm just niggas come out here to fucking handle business. Don't talk stupid. Don't get a pinpoint, man. Come on, man. Look, yo. What's wrong with this nigga, man? Yo. What's wrong with y'all niggas? What's wrong with y'all niggas, nigga? Yo, let's go, nigga. Yo, they're trying to jump me. My man, nigga. They're trying to jump me. Not listening, man. Not listening. I'm just playing with y'all, man. I'm just playing, Slay. I'm just playing. No. Come on, man. I'm just niggas come out here to fucking handle business. Don't talk stupid. Don't get a pinpoint, man. Come on, man. Look, yo. What's wrong with this nigga, man? Yo. What's wrong with y'all niggas? What's wrong with y'all niggas? Yo, that's they're trying to jump me. My man, nigga. That's right. I'm just playing with y'all, man. I was just playing, Slay. No, man. Come on, man. I'm just come out here to fucking handle business. Don't stupid. Don't get a pinpoint. Come on, man. Look, yo. What's wrong with this nigga, man? Yo. What's wrong with y'all niggas? What's wrong with y'all niggas? Yo, that's they're trying to jump me. My man, nigga. That's right.
You know the vibes. That way YouTube always let you know what's happening at 8 p.m. on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, Eastern Standard Time. Now, last video, we had to slide over to the worst reviewed Jamaican restaurant in my state. Wasn't even that half bad, to be honest with you. We're about to slide over to the best reviewed Jamaican restaurant in my state, Red. Let's go ahead and read these reviews. Oh, before we read the reviews, just to let you know, this Friday is my birthday, y'all, the 24th, September 24th. Thank you, no doubt, family. Now, if you're coming through the Connecticut area this Friday is my birthday, y'all, the 24th, September 24th. Thank you, no doubt, family. Now, if you're coming through the Connecticut area or you're in the Connecticut area, you want to stop by Mohegan Sun Casino. You want to go downstairs to Novell, 10 p.m., free to get in, 21 and older. The Dame Drops birthday bash is going down with performances by Jack Harlow himself. So you know where you need to be this Friday, baby. Open invitation. Get in where you fit in. If y'all had my pre-birthday bash in Norwalk 2 weeks ago, you knew it was a zoo up in there. You know what I'm saying? What you think this gonna be? Oh, my actual birthday. Would love to celebrate with y'all, y'all. Pre-birthday bash in Norwalk 2 weeks ago, you knew it was a zoo up in there. You know what I'm saying? What you think this gonna be? Baby, open invitation. Get in where you fit in. If y'all had my pre-birthday bash in Norwalk 2 weeks ago, you knew it was a zoo up in there. You know what I'm saying? What you think this gonna be, baby? Open invitation. Get in where you fit in. If y'all had my pre-birthday bash in Norwalk 2 weeks ago, you knew it was a zoo up in there. You know what I'm saying? What you think this baby? Open invitation. Get in where you fit in. If y'all had my pre-birthday bash in Norwalk 2 weeks ago, you knew it was a zoo up in there. You know what I'm saying? What you think this Friday, baby? Open invitation. Get in where you fit in. If y'all had my pre-birthday bash in Norwalk 2 weeks ago by Jack Harlow himself. So you know where you need to be this Friday, baby. Open invitation. Get in where you fit in. If y'all had my pre-birthday bash in Norwalk 2 weeks ago, you knew it was a zoo up in there. You know what I'm saying? What you think this gonna be? Oh, my actual birthday. Would love to celebrate with y'all, y'all. Now let's read the review. So the spot is called Jamaican Kitchen. They almost get a 5-piece out the gate. Alright, let's go ahead and read these Jones. Now, Wolf family. Wolf, I say Wolf family. I don't know how this is the best review when the first two are 1 star. But hey, I'm gonna keep it funky. We're gonna read them. Bought a large oxtail and they only gave me 5 pieces. And the mac and cheese was nasty. Gentrified and watered down for YouTube people in the shot! Jerk pork felt like I was only chewing on skin and portions were not the best. Whatever this is, it's not Jamaican. Almost forgot. No thyme, no scallion, no salt, no nothing. Indie rice. Whoa. Nice clean restaurant with a good selection of Jamaican food. Was pretty happy with my beef patty, cocoa bread, and jerk. Yo, and the next two? The next two joints are one piece. Look. This is according to Yelp, y'all. It ain't according to me. This is according to Yelp. This is the best reviewed Jamaican restaurant. I need to start looking at Google because y'all tripping. But let's slide up over there. You know what happens next. Cue the music.
Okay, watch how I hustle, gon' get back. Ain't having no setback. Spent it and you know I get that bread back. At first we was losing, started throwing that crack. Okay, watch how I hustle, gon' get back. Ain't having no setback. Spent it and you know I get that bread back. At first we was losing, started throwing that crack. That's a big L, but we felt your impact. And I tilt my head back and I look up to the sky. It's a bird, it's a plane. All you knew was grind, young, I had to maintain. Knew it was his time, like my first on plane. Started with his brother, now they on the same page.
Look at this cool thinking he got his audio on. I'm over here at 243 Hartford Turnpike, Vernon, Connecticut, at the spot called Jamaican Kitchen, which is right behind me. So, we already read the reviews. You already know the vibes. These reviews are a little bit rough. I just want to see if the food is actually on point and see if it's the best reviewed Jamaican restaurant in my state. She made me a Dame Drops. Sit back, relax, be comfortable. We're going to slide in the spot, make it hot. At least I think that's what I'm talking about. I'm probably not. Keep it crispy, man. Let's go up inside and make it do what it do, baby.
It go short days all night. We be gone to the mall. Yeah, they love it all lies. On me when I put it down. Always watch lights. Gotta keep a low. Oh my, I just be like.
Alright, fam, because we're playing music on the inside, we gotta do some voiceover act.
Always watch lights. Gotta keep a low. Oh my, I just be like.
Alright, fam, because we're playing music on the inside, we gotta do
like put it down. Always watch lights. Gotta keep a low. Oh my, I just be like.
Alright, fam, because we're playing music on the inside, we gotta do some voiceover action. Let's get right into it. Now, don't think I don't read your comments on the last one. You're like, damn, where the jerk wings at? Where the jerk chicken? You playing games? I got you, family. I ordered up the jerk. Now, don't think I don't read your comments on the last one. You're like, damn, where the jerk wings at? Where the jerk chicken? You playing games? I got you, family. I ordered up the jerk wings. I ordered up the jerk chicken. I even got the mac and jerk chicken. You hear what I'm saying to you? Got a nice little thing of rice on the side. Messed around. Got the Jamaican pineapple juicy juice. I got some of that tang tool bread. So I got a little bit of everything and some cocoa bread with cheese on the side. Messed around. I ordered up the jerk wings. I ordered up the jerk chicken. I even got the mac and jerk chicken. You hear what I'm saying to you? Got a nice little thing of rice on the side. Messed around, got the Jamaican pineapple juicy juice. I got some of that tang tool bread. So I got a little bit of everything and some cocoa bread with cheese. I messed around with their jerk wings. I'm the type of brother, I'm not really about flats. I love my drums, right? You know what I'm saying? I'm all about the drum piece. A little bit of thigh, a little bit of breast, but the flats? Nah, not so much. Anyway. Picked it up, picked up a drum. Hit the drum. This is not a jerk wing whatsoever. Where's the spice so nice? Why is it bold and cold? I got lukewarm action on the wing on top of the fact I didn't get no spice. And the inside wasn't even a juicy thing. It was like it was sitting and chilling. That bird done gave up on life. That bird was like, just come get me. Cause I ain't doing nothing else. I ain't laying no eggs. I ain't doing nothing else. That was the type of bird that y'all got on this one up over here. That was lazy bird. I could taste it. Where'd you find the lazy bird at? But what was underneath the wings was the rice and beans. Now, when I hit the rice and beans family, the rice was well prepared, seasoned up just right, beans was soft. I can get with that program. So the jerk rice and beans were much better than the jerk wings. Doesn't matter. Let's move right along from that song. That was a 2.5 in a bird bath, if you will. Mac and cheese with jerk chicken. Now, I ain't gonna stunt. I had a little pitch plastic fork. I started jabbing up off into that thing. I was getting a little bit of resistance. It was fighting the good fight, fighting temptation. It was not loving me. I was sitting there with the little twist motion to try to get a few of the noodles to they did not want to. Finally, I was able to exert a little extra force and break through the seal that was holding the mac and jerk chicken together. Took a bite. I was like, yeah, okay. Mac and cheese. It's a little basic. It's a little borderline. It's not the cheesiest whatsoever. The noodles were all right. Mac and cheese. It's a little basic. It's a little borderline. It's not the cheesiest whatsoever. The noodles. Were all right, and again, a light hint of spice, but just not enough to scream, oh, this is true jerk chicken. So far, we're batting 0 for 2. 0 for 2. Mac and cheese was like another 2.5. It wasn't nothing spectacular. It wasn't nothing to go right home about. Even if your jerk chicken wasn't popping, your mac and cheese should have been on and popping. Both were lackluster. It was just like try to go ahead and go right home about. Even if your jerk chicken wasn't popping, your mac and cheese should have been on and popping. Both were lackluster. It was just like try to go ahead and clap up some cheeks, and Boo Boo just laying there. Like, you ain't gonna apply yourself at all. You don't want to do nothing in the bedroom, nothing whatsoever.
Oh, you shoot Instagram model. I don't do work. I don't do work on me. I don't do nothing.
Oh, you gotta go. Nothing in the bedroom, nothing whatsoever.
Oh, you shoot Instagram model. I don't do work. I don't do work on me. I don't do nothing.
Oh, you gotta go, Boo Boo. Uber outside, not even the good Uber either. It's that carpool Uber, and you gotta share with like 8 people. I don't care about you. But between all the matters, you don't have to start right at the Cocoa Bread with outside. Not even the good Uber either. It's that carpool Uber, and you gotta share with like 8 people. I don't care about you. But between all the matters, you don't have to start right at the Cocoa Bread with cheese. Cocoa Bread just came out. It was still hot. Cheese, nice and melted on the inside. You don't go wrong with Cocoa Bread. Cocoa Bites, Cocoa Bread, you don't go wrong. That joint just hit. That's that bakery loving. They got that. That's a 5-0 day to play. So far, the Cocoa Bread is the only thing that's actually good, family. I got the jerk chicken direct. That joint just hit. That's that bakery loving. They got that. That's a 5-0 day to play. So far, the Cocoa Bread is the only thing that's actually good, family. I got the jerk chicken wrong. That joint just hit. That's that bakery loving. They got that. That's a 5-0 day in the play. So far, the Cocoa Bread is the only thing that's actually good, family. I got the jerk chicken direct. That thing was still steaming. I went through 311. They got that. That's a 5-0 day in the play. So far, the Cocoa Bread is the only thing that's actually good, family. I got the jerk chicken direct. That thing was still steaming. I went through 3 different items already for my plethora of food, and the jerk chicken was still steaming. It was waiting for me patiently. It was like, damn, I'ma just be chilling up over here in the cut. Come holler at me. Hootie hoo, hootie hoo, damn, hootie hoo. That was the jerk. It was like, damn, I'ma just be chilling up over here in the cut. Come holler at me. Hootie hoo, hootie hoo, damn, hootie hoo. That was what the jerk chicken was. It was like, damn, I'ma just be chilling up over here in the cut. Come holler at me. Hootie hoo, hootie hoo, damn, hootie hoo. That was what the jerk chicken was doing. I finally pulled up on the jerk chicken. That jerk chicken was actually good. Jerk wings whack. Jerk chicken, fresh up out the junk, still steamy, dreamy, was good. I sunk my teeth up off into that battleship. You hear what I'm saying to you? Succulent, tender fender bender, juicy, and nice and spicy. That thing was seasoned the right way. I don't know, that other spice was sitting. That one was hitting. You need to marry the two of those together so it's all the same. Anyway, moving right along. I had to get up on that rice. That rice again, I already knew my rice was going to be a good situation when I had the rice and beans. I already knew the white rice was going to be just like that rice, all right? They took it out in time. Wasn't too that rice again. I already knew my rice was gonna be a good situation when I had the rice and beans. I already knew the white rice was gonna be just like. I knew the white rice was gonna. When I had the rice and beans, I already knew the white rice was gonna. When I had the rice and beans, I already knew the white rice was going to be just like that rice, all right? They took it out in time. Wasn't too hard, wasn't too soft, wasn't mushy, wasn't dumb while sticky. It was breaking up the way rice niblets is supposed to break. I was happy about that. Put me in a good groove. Now, if you don't mind, let's go ahead and take this thing to the app, baby. I want y'all to go ahead and open up the restaurant app. I know you've been downloading it. I'll be checking the numbers. All right. So, bong bong. You see Jamaican Kitchen, 243, Hartford Turnpike, Vernon, Connecticut. Rate that joint. Bong bong. We got to give this a 3.5. And the only thing that saved you Jamaican chicken was your jerk chicken. Rate that joint, bong bong. We gotta give this a 3.5. And the only thing that saved you Jamaican chicken was your jerk chicken, was your cocoa bread. You see what I'm saying to you? Was the rice. That's what helped bump your score up. Because you could have been a 2. You were rated the best on Yelp. Forget Yelp. I slap them in their face every time I see them. Nah, baby, it's about restaurant reviews. On my restaurant app. Alright, I just go to Yelp just for rated the best on Yelp. Forget Yelp. I slap them in their face every time I see them. Nah, baby, it's about restaurant reviews. On my restaurant app. Alright, I just go to Yelp just for a little bit of indication of which direction I'm going in. And then I go up in there and do my thing. So, bong, you getting a 3.5. That's gonna help you out. Pop up some pictures, boop 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 boop, boop boop boop. Word. So, bong, you getting a 3.5. That's gonna help you out. Pop up some pictures, which direction I'm going in, and then I go up in there and do my thing. So, bong, you getting a 3.5. That's gonna help you out. Pop up some pictures, boop 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 boop, boop boop boop. Word up. Word up. Jerk wings were like warm, not spicy. Mac and jerk chicken was decent in flavor, but the jerk chicken was on point and spicy. Cocoa bread and cheese was fresh. You see what I'm saying? See, like that's love right there. That's a good look right there. That's hitting right there, baby. So it's good enough for a 3.5 out the gate. All right, fam. I appreciate you. My Jamaican family out there, whether you full blood, whether you part blood, look, much love, brethren. You hear what I'm saying? See you one love all day. Now, let's keep these ethnic food reviews going. A lot of stuff I don't know about it, but I'm still gonna review if you ask for it. What do you guys want to see next week? Hit me in the comment section below. Don't ever play yourself. You're new around here, stay true around here. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Tell a friend and tell a friend. We back again. And I'm gonna see y'all. Oh, I hope I see y'all at my birthday party on the 24th at Novell, downstairs in the Mohegan Sun. 21 and older, 21 and older. But for the rest of y'all, I'm gonna see you for Fast Food Friday. You heard? Keep it crispy. The freshness of the salmon is what really brings you in. It's saying you just bit into something magnificent. I started doing food reviews in my car around 2009, and then my life changed. I'll go just about anywhere to get some good food. I'm only here for one reason and one reason only. That is to devour. That's looking real good right there. Every bite has to be an experience, and I'm gonna take you to that experience. You too? I'm the captain now. No, I'm not leaving until I tell you what my favorite fried food in the city is. It has all the spice. What I'm looking for is some good chicken and waffles.
Let me tell you about this chicken.
I mean, chicken dry?
Dry, we don't want it.
Oh, you talking juicy?
It's got to be juicy.
Is this what you do?
I mean, this is what we do.
Boom, boom, all over the place. Boom, boom, in my face.
It's the most decadent burger that we have ever made. Starts with 1 pound of Wagyu on there, truffle cheese, gold, Villeneuve bacon on top, big lobster, gold up the bun. It is the best burger you will ever have.
I need a burger I have in a moment.
All right. Enjoy your burger.
All I need for you to do for me is keep it crispy. I had to kiss it. I had to kiss it. Just give me a moment. I have moments with my food.
I love you, man.
This is fresh, fried and crispy. Wanna know why I called it hush puppy? Did you hear me say anything while I was chewing it? Hush puppy. Hush puppy. That's looking real good right there. Every bite has to be an experience, and I'm gonna take you to that experience. You too? I'm the captain now. No, I'm not leaving until I tell you what my favorite fried food in the city is. It has all the spice. What I'm looking for is some good chicken and waffles.
Let me tell you about this chicken.
I mean, chicken dry?
Dry, we don't want it.
Oh, you talking juicy? Favorite fried food in the city is. It has all the spice. What I'm looking for is some good. You too? I'm the captain now. No, I'm not leaving until I tell you what my favorite. I'm the captain now. No, I'm not leaving until I tell you what my favorite fried food in the city is. It has all the spice. I'm only here for one reason and one reason only. That is to devour. That's looking real good right there.
Nick,
it's been a while, man. It's been a while since we've seen you in this sort of setting. You know, fight week. 6 years. How are you feeling a few days out from fighting Robbie Lawler and walking back into that octagon?
I feel pretty good today, actually. Yeah. So that's good. I hope I feel as good as fighting day as I do today.
What does it mean to feel good right now?
I just feel like ready to fight. So that's good. I hope I feel as good as fighting day as I do today.
What does it mean to feel good right now?
I just feel like ready to fight. So.
And what does that mean? Like more of like a physical sense or a mental sense?
Both.
How do you know? Like how are you able to like judge?
I just threw a bunch of punches.
So I can tell that I feel pretty good. I'm hitting hard and I could definitely do a 5-round fight right now.
Does it feel? Is this the only way you can feel like you're about to get into a fight? Can you replicate this in a gym or anywhere, or like what you're feeling now? You haven't felt in 6 years since you fought Anderson Silva. Is this like a completely different thing that you can't replicate anywhere?
I don't know. I feel a lot different now than I used to. Some days I feel great. Some days some days I'm not all with it. But what did you mean? Sorry.
Well, just like you say I feel like I'm ready for a fight. Like, what does that even feel like now? 6 years away. Like, what does it feel like to? I mean, I'm sure you've been in the gym, you've thrown punches, you've trained. But is it a completely different thing that you're trying to get ready for right now in your mind?
Yeah, it's different. I haven't fought for a long time, so it's different. Before I really had my head together, and I have what it is. I just have different trainers now, and I've always had my own gym with a bunch of guys. I still have my guys and my people and my lineage of fighters and stuff and where I come from, but it's just different because I didn't really have my own students and I was just kind of bouncing around and absorbing a lot of negative energy and just got kind of caught up in like where do I want to go and what do I want to do, and I don't know. I still don't know. So that's the hard part. But it doesn't stop me from being able to fight really well. It does really give me a lot of stress and make me feel like I don't know where I'm going to wind up. And as far as after this fight or it's hard for me to make plans. Everybody's always like, what do you want to do? I'm like, I don't know. So that's kind of the hard part.
Do you feel like you're under stress this week?
Since I've had this fight coming up, I've been under a lot of stress. Yeah, it has not been an easygoing training camp because I haven't fought for a long time. For one, and then for two, things just didn't go my way. Watching my brother fight was hard. That was really hard for me to do. I didn't expect it to be like that, and I didn't expect I wasn't really ready to leave what I was doing at the time, and it just kind of it really kind of made me look at things differently after that. So I'm a lot different now than I was before I saw that fight.
Why? What was it about that fight?
Just timing. Timing was the wrong time for me to be in there watching that, and then all up in the mix like that real quick. Having to be taken back, I wouldn't even have gone. I would have stayed away and focused on myself. But I didn't know any better. I was just I was just doing what I always did. So and then going back in there with my brother. I just put my head right back in it, and I was like, oh wow, and that was a lot. It was a lot for me to deal with.
What is the part that's most stressful? Is it just the attention or the obligations? Like, you got to do interviews, or is it the fight itself? Like the fear of it, or not? I mean, what is the most stressful element of it that you're dealing with?
Me fighting, or?
Yeah, well, since you watched Nate and everything that he went through that week,
it was hard, man. I watched him get sewed up, and I was just, it was timing. I was stressed out about a lot of other things, and then I watched that, and I was like, wow. It took a lot out of me. It was good for me too, but it's just there was things that were good about it, for me to be there, and then there's things that weren't good. But it's just a lot to deal with, Being away for 5 years and coming back and seeing that was really something new. It really kind of knocked my block off. I took harder punches watching that than I ever did in sparring or in any fights. It's my brother. It's my baby brother. It's hard to watch him fight.
Do you feel like, man, we know that you can fight. You have been fighting your entire life. We've watched you fight over and over and over again. We know that once you're in there, you can do it. But do you feel like, do you like the mindset that you're going into? Like, or do you feel like you're in a mindset space to walk into that octagon and do what you need to do on Saturday?
But I never do. I never do. Yeah, I never do. Especially not now, but I never did. I never enjoyed fighting. It's just something that I do.
Why do you have to do it right now? Why come back and do this now? Why are you here this week?
It's just what I do. You know, it's just what I do. I try to get away from it, but really, it's kind of inevitable.
Why do you think it's inevitable?
It is. It is. All the people around me and all the money and the sponsors and all that, they won't let me get away from fighting. You know, they just. There's a lot. You know, there's things I could do, but that's not going to work out. You know, I might as well just go and take my punches or you know, I might as well just. I don't want to look back and say, why did I not just do it, you know? Because even though I don't feel great. I feel great to fight. I don't feel great about everything. But if I don't do this, then I don't know. I don't know how I'm gonna feel about myself if I don't. You know, 2 years down the road, if I'm sitting here going like, why didn't I just go and do these fights I would have won? Yeah.
Is there any part of it that you're able to enjoy? I mean, clearly it's
no, nothing at all. This is not an enjoyable. This whole thing is for everybody else. I'm glad to, you know, that the fans are happy and that they love it, and that's just what gets them going, you know. But like, it got me going when I was a kid. 5 months in, I was like, oh yeah, in 5 months, man, I'm gonna be good, and I was good. And then I'm like, after I make like 5-0, I'm gonna be so good, and I didn't even make it to 5-0. So then I had to go back for more, and it just after that it was just no way out. That's why I see the kids, you know, and I'm like, I try to tell them, you know, hey, like, you know, are you sure you want to do this, kid? You know, so I like to teach and train and be a part of this sport, but you know, I got a few fights left, and if I can survive that and you know, keep the ball rolling a little bit, then I should do it. It's probably a better option than not fighting.
Are you able to take some satisfaction though, Nick, that you were born into the life that you were born, and you know, your childhood went the way it did, and school went the way it did, and you have I mean, you're the biggest fight on the card on Saturday. You know, a lot of people are going to be excited. You're going to be on ESPN. Like, you have an opportunity to make a lot of good money, and like you just said, kids look up to you. Like, do you take satisfaction in that? Are you able to enjoy that your career has done that?
Yeah, sure. That's great. I mean, yeah, I know that I know that I've contributed to a lot of the, you know, a lot of what this sport is. You know, it just doesn't, you know, it doesn't do anything for me though. You know.
When did that stop? Do you think?
Well, it never started. I fight, and then everybody benefits, and I don't. I get paid to fight, and then I fight, and I don't enjoy fighting. I don't, you know, I have to concentrate on the fight to be the best fighter. And then, you know, I'm supposed to do all this other stuff that the other fighters do, and then it's like I'm being punished for not being a regular human being or a regular person, and then you know, I'm like, well, hey, how come you guys didn't work as hard as I did? You know, like, how come you guys didn't train every day and do everything that I did? You know, I did full distance triathlons. I did seven rounds. I do 7 rounds on the. I mean, you know, 18 rounds a day plus jiu-jitsu, wrestling, 6 days a week. My whole career. Then I finally stopped, and I met all these important people, and I moved around. You can call it a party, but I was partaking in like what was going on. I was trying to, you know, and then all these people were like, you know, they're here for you or they're not here for you. You know what I mean? You don't really know. They're just kind of like, you know. And then now it's like I'm being kind of punished in a way, like for how hard I went, like on all these guys because they didn't, because they went to school and they didn't. Well, that's what you get. I was a fighter from the start. I mean, sorry you didn't get into it. Maybe you shouldn't have started fighting. And then so in a way, I really, I have a lot of resentment towards the sport for taking so much from me, but not, giving anything back. Like this is great. They're promoting this fight. I didn't expect to be the main event or anything like that, or like John McCarthy says, being a fighter is a hard life. I take it like a man. I'm like, I'm going in there. I'm going in there to win. Do I feel confident? I never do. I never have. I've always felt like I'm gonna get trashed out there. Like every fight I've ever done. So, how do you feel against Robbie Lawler? How do you feel? I feel like I'm going to get out of me. And even when I win, I get beat up worse. So,
I've heard you say that you're the best fighter in the world, though, and you feel like it's genuine. You truly believe that.
Yes, I think so. I do believe that. I do believe that, but given the I mean, what do you have, Usman? I think I'll beat Usman. I had a better shot at beating Usman than I do Lawler, just because because I already beat Lawler. This doesn't make sense for me to go in there and fight Robbie Lawler again. I don't know why I'm doing this. I don't know why I'm doing this. This should not happen. Whoever set this up is an idiot. I don't know why I'm doing this. I don't know why this happened. I should be fighting Kamaru Usman, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to fight the guys my brother just fought. My brother fights the same weight as me, so it's kind of like, it's kind of tough, because I don't want to get in his way, and he gets in my way, and then I get in his way. I'm like, yo, bro, like, what? I'm like, yeah, take the whole damn thing, please, because that's what I wanted for you. Was to be okay. So I really sacrificed myself for him, and now I'm in, and I'm like, okay, well. I'm gonna go in there. I'm gonna fight Robbie Lawler again. When he don't deserve to get his ass whooped. And I know I'm gonna beat out of him, and I don't want to. And if I lose, I don't want to lose to Robbie Lawler. I already beat him. So That sucks.
You feel like there's still time to change this when you say that I have given so much to this sport and I haven't gotten it back? Do you feel like, with the sport with where it is, it makes a lot of money, it's very popular now, like you're 38 years old, do you think there's still time where you can fight Kamaru Usman?
It's hard. I didn't expect to feel the way I do at 38. I didn't expect for things to come flying at me like they did as soon as this, the idea of me fighting even came into play. Everything just rushed me, and before everything just kind of rushed on in on me. I was busy trying to help people. That was never good. I should have been trying to help myself. I've always tried to help people, and it was a bad idea. I like to think it was a good idea, but really, I was in no position to help people. I should have been helping myself, and I did everything right. It's just, being 38, things came really quick, and this fight has taken a lot more out of me. Not getting hit, not training hard, just leading up, like the way that people, there was things I needed, and people held it over my head, because they wanted me to call them, or they wanted me to do these things like that normal people do, and I just expected it to go how I did when I was younger, and it didn't, and I can't blame anybody really. It's my fault for making those few wrong turns that I did. But how I feel today is great. If the fight is, if I feel today how on fight day, like how I do today, we're gonna see. I'm gonna do really well. But to be honest with you, I really don't want to do this. But that's how I feel every fight. I'm always walking out there like, why am I doing this? So
does that that feeling, does that run all the way up through the locker room and then the walkout? Like literally when you're walking out, like and fans are cheering your name and your music is playing, like what is that? What's going to be running through your head?
Why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? You know, I'm doing this for everybody that's telling me to do it. I'm not doing it for myself. I don't know. But I don't know what else. I am doing it for myself. I don't know what else to do for myself. So I'm just gonna go do what I do. This is what I do. You know. But yeah. But the way it feels is like, why am I doing this? You know.
Just a few more, man. I mean, over the last 6 years, did you ever find anything that you were like, this is what I'll do? You know, that I'm content without fighting. This is where Nick Diaz will go with his life.
I wanted to start at school and teach some of the week and then move around and have a really nice time. And that should have worked out. But you know, I had a few people kind of screw me around, and then I realized like I don't really have that many real friends. And I said, man, I'm really like, I'm in big trouble now. So that's with all the fighters. Same thing with a lot of them. But I had a really good game plan. I was gonna open a gym, and then I realized like that was a fake. That was kind of like the people I was in business with were like kind of like just putting that in place for me to get worked up over, and it was never gonna work out. And then they could blame it on me, but I'm like, wow, look at you put that. It should have happened. It was ready to go, and then it didn't work out. So. But you know, I just gotta cut my losses and do this fight. That's just how it is. You know, I'm still alive, and I'm a lot more of a dangerous fighter than I was when I started, especially considering. So yeah, I'm going to try to put on a good show for you.
Nick, I want you to just answer one last thing, and then this interview will be done. There are going to be fans who see you and hear some of the things that you don't really want to do this, and they're going to they care about you. You know, what do you want to tell them?
Thank you so much. You know, I love you. You know, I like to say I love everyone and I love everything, but then I realize that that's not. I don't, and that's not good. You know, it's just like a figure of speech, like a. I love to help people, and I love to be, you know, a part of the sport. But I don't love what it's done to me, and especially in the last 7 months, the last 2 years. So I got a shot at dragging some of this back, so I'm gonna go for it.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry to hear that you're feeling some of those feelings this week, but yeah, you've got a big fight, and like
I feel like that every fight. Yeah. So, you know, I'm kind of a dark and dim person leading up to a fight because I just despise these people who are happy to go out. I always say the same thing. I don't know if you remember. I can't. I'm like, oh, you're so happy, and like, oh, this is gonna go. Like, you know, you don't have a doubt in your mind you're gonna lose. Like that's you're so full of. No, that's fake. And if it's not fake, it's like you must be crazy because, of course, anything can happen out there.
No, man, I appreciate it. I think this is why people connect with you, that you're very real, especially in the week leading up to a fight. I think for a lot of people, it's not a fun thing. It's a very internal thing, and you're able to talk about it on camera. So I appreciate it, Nick.
Yeah.
Looking forward to the fight. I wish you the very best in it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Brett.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN Plus.
All right, we're Robbie Lawler fighting Nick Diaz at UFC 266 this weekend, and I guess the first question is, are you fighting Nick Diaz? I mean, there was a little bit of a weird circumstance come up during fight week that all of a sudden the particulars of this fight have changed. Have you agreed to those particulars?
Yeah, I mean, Dave's taking care of that on his end, talking to Hunter, I believe, and just straighten things out and making sure everything's right.
If, of course, you're talking about your manager. I mean, you've been in the sport for a long time. You were back in the day when there were all kinds of different things going on, right? I mean, I think this sport has become a little more streamlined, but can you recall anything that's similar to this, where the weight class changes 5 days before a fight?
No, never anything like this. I think I got like a week's notice. I think they contacted me like Saturday afternoon or something. Yeah, it's just poor timing, and just it is what it is, right?
Rob, what does that feel like? I mean, you've just gone through a training camp, preparing for a fight that's 170 pounds, and all of a sudden 7 days before the fight, you get a call that your opponent wants to make it at 185. What goes through your head? How did you take it?
When I was talking to Dave, I'm like, all right, let's go.
Yeah.
But like, what's right is right, and we just have to figure the other end out too. So it's like I'm always ready to fight. There's no question about that. So it's just making it right on the other end.
Is there like
It's like I'm always ready to fight. There's no question about that. So it's just making it right on the other end.
Is there like I see this all the time in big fights. You don't want to concede anything to your opponent. You know, I mean, you're getting ready to go into an octagon and fight this guy, and you're not going to want to concede an inch in there, and so you don't want to concede an inch before the fight. And it just feels like, I want this fight in 5 rounds. I want this fight at this date. Now I want it at this weight. Is any of that kind of like getting you boiling up a little bit? Where like I don't need to give this guy everything he wants just to get in the cage with him.
No, because I'm not too worried about those types of things. I mean, my camp went well. I mean, Jason Jackson did a great job of getting me ready. I'm sharp. Like, that's why I'm not bothered so much about the move up in weight, because I know what I'm capable of. I know what I can do, and I know the work that I put in.
From just a competitive preparation standpoint, I think a lot of people don't really realize. They're like, okay, well, now Rob doesn't have to cut weight this week. I mean, what would you have done differently had you known this fight was at 185 pounds the whole time?
Well, I wouldn't have lost 15 pounds the month before I found out. I mean, I was fine. I was in good shape. I was pressing it. I wouldn't have ate more food. I would have not cut things out of my diet. I wouldn't have been strict on certain things and left a little bit more muscle on. There's like, and I get to the point like where I cut weight, it's all right, I'm losing the weight, and then the week of the fight, your body's so finely tuned that you're almost force feeding yourself the week before to keep your weight up, so that when you get here fight week, it comes off easy. You just restrict your calories, and boom, you get your weight down, lose a little bit of water, and you're good. So it's for me, it's I was eating a lot to make sure I wasn't getting too light, and then for them to go up 15 pounds, it's a huge difference. I mean, a month before, that would have been freaking fine. Like, let's do it.
Yeah. Again, man, you've had so much experience, you know, and you've had so much experience reading your opponent and different circumstances going into a fight. Why do you think he's asking for this, if you had to guess?
No, I don't really focus on those types of things. Like, it's all theory, and it really doesn't matter. It comes down to this is the weight. I think my coaches and people around me, like, they like to, like, why is this and why is that? It's like, whatever. Like, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to fight. So it doesn't really matter what his issue is.
When you agreed to this fight, you're going to be fighting Nick Diaz. He's been out for 6 years. Nick Diaz, I mean, he's a beloved character in the sport. He also comes with certain just realities of Nick Diaz. Was there ever concern on your part? Was there ever like something weird's going to happen, or like, can I trust this guy to show up? Did you ever have any of those thoughts?
No, I didn't really have any of those thoughts. And then as the fight got closer, it's like the definitely went away, and then all of a sudden this pops up. But it's I didn't really. After a week of signing, I'm like, all right, he's fighting. So.
Okay. Well, and I guess that answers this question. But you sitting here today, you have 100% confidence he'll be at the weigh-in. He'll weigh in, and he will show up on Saturday. You know that in your heart that will happen.
I don't put too much freaking stock in that. Like, I'm not putting too much mind and energy into that. But I know I'm going to be ready.
What do you remember about UFC 47? I mean, it's wild, right? Like we're sitting here 17 years later. That fight happened right down the street in Mandalay. I mean, so much has changed, and then it's like. What is that like thinking about that first fight 17 years ago?
I don't really think about it too much, but I did 17, 16, 15 years ago. But just like looking back, how I made mistakes, how I felt in the fight, and just living and learning and trying to figure out why I didn't get the job done and why he did. And, just part of my journey.
How would you describe that Robbie Lawler that fought Nick Diaz the first time? And that was a big card. Chuck Liddell, Tito Ortiz. Again, on the Vegas Strip, you were a young kid. Like, who was that guy who fought Nick the first time?
Just a young kid who just thought he was just gonna take over the world. That did not happen.
It kind of happened.
Yeah, I mean, but at that time, it just wasn't my night. He took it to me and caught me with some good shots and finished me, and it was like, all right, how do you get better? How can you sharpen your skills, make sure your defense is a little tighter? Just those types of things, just growing as a fighter and trying to not be so emotional and just being more seasoned.
At the same time, though, I think that emotion that you showed in that fight, it's kind of shown up at different parts of your career, and that's kind of who ruthless Robbie Lawler is, right? Like when he clipped you with like a 1-2 and like you hit it back and then you yelled at him, you know, like it almost reminds me of some other things we've seen in your career, like during the Rory McDonald fight, and like when the fight gets dirty, like that brings out a certain element of you. Like was that the first time we saw that kind of in that Nick Diaz?
Maybe so. It was. Now I just know when to bring it out, when it's smart and more tactical. But yeah, I mean, obviously I'm a fighter through and through. This is who I am. This is what I do, and I love to do it. And Nick comes to fight, and I'm ready.
Have you guys really had any interactions over the last 17 years? Have you crossed paths? Have you been in like signings together? Like, have you ever talked?
We've crossed paths, but I don't think it's ever been like conversations. Like I have a lot of respect for Nick and everything he's accomplished, and kind of like who he is. I mean, obviously the issue that I'm having right now with this weight change and whatever doesn't